Hey guys! In this video I am going to show you how to prevent your character from sprinting backwards and sideways in UE4. For this tutorial I am using the default third-person template. You can even use first-person or any other template which lets you change your character speed. Let us start by opening our third-person blueprint. For me, it is in the third-person BP Blueprints folder. Now open the Event Graph tab. Find an empty space and let's create a command to make our character sprint. Before we start, let's assign a key for sprinting. On the top left corner, under the Edit tab, select Project Settings. Navigate to Input tab and click the plus button next to Action Mapping. Expand the tab and rename the new action key to, in this case, Sprint. Now click on this keyboard-looking icon and press the key you want to assign as sprinting key. I choose Left Shift. You can even select the key from this drop-down menu. Let's head back to our event graph. Right-click in the empty space and type Sprint. Now select the Sprint option, and we will get something like this. Now from the left Components tab, drag and drop character movement into the event graph. From the character movement reference, drag a node and release it. Now type Set Max Walk Speed. Select this option. Now drag a node from pressed and connect it to Set Max Walk Speed. Now duplicate Set Max Walk Speed by Ctrl+W or by copy and pasting by Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Connect the character movement to the new Set Max Walk Speed's target slot. And connect Release slot from Sprint to the other Set Max Walk Speed. In the first Set Max Walk Speed, set the value to your desired sprint speed. In this case, I want to put it to 2000, since it's easier to distinguish from normal speed. Then in second one, set the value to the normal walk speed, which in this case, I will put 600. This is also the default speed of the character. Now let's test this. Press compile icon on the top and minimize the tab and click on play icon. As we can see, the player is sprinting when shift is pressed. Let's go back to Event Graph. Press Escape to exit play mode. If you want to make a toggle sprint feature, simply disconnect Released from Set Max Walk Speed by holding Ctrl and dragging the node out. And drag a node from pressed and search flip-flop. Now connect B and the Set Max Walk Speed. This will alternate between A and B whenever you press Shift button. For this tutorial, the player does not turn back and has their rotation fixed to the camera. Let's set up that. From the Components tab on the left, select third-person character on the top. On the right side we can see some settings. Search for rotation in the search bar. And check the Use Controller Rotation yaw box. Click on Compile, and let's test this. As we can see, the player does not turn back and always faces forward. Now to the main issue. The player sprints backwards as well as sideways, which is what we want to prevent. Note that this method may not be the most efficient way, since we will be using event tick, which is costly performance-wise. If any of you know any other efficient way, please let me know in the comments. It will be very helpful. Okay, let's find an empty space and right-click. Search for event tick and select this. Now we will be making few booleans. On the left we can see a tab called Variables. Click on the plus icon and name this variable as moving sideways. Let's create another boolean and name it moving back. From the event tick, drag a node and search branch. Now drag the moving side boolean into the event graph and select Get Moving Side. Do the same with moving back boolean. Now right-click in empty space and search for OR boolean. Connect both the booleans to the OR boolean and connect the OR boolean to the branch condition slot. Now create another boolean and name it as sprint pressed. From the false slot of branch, drag a node and search branch again. Now drag the isSprint pressed into the event graph and select Get isSprint pressed. Also a quick shortcut, just hold Ctrl and drag a variable to automatically get a get variable. Connect the isSprint pressed to branch condition. Now go back to our sprint function and copy it. And paste it here. Drag the true node and connect it to set max walk speed with the sprint speed. For me, it's the one with the value 2000. Also drag the false node and connect it to the other max walk speed. Also at this branch, copy the set max speed with normal speed and connect the true node to it. We are almost done. Just delete the old sprint commands and drag the isSprint pressed boolean into the event graph and select Set isSprint pressed boolean. Duplicate it and connect them to each node. Now set the tick mark for boolean connected to pressed. Now head to this part of the graph. Drag the axis value node from input axis, move forward. Search for less, and you'll see this option, float less than float. Now drag the moving back boolean and select Set Move Back. And connect the input axis, move forward to the boolean. And the boolean to add movement input. Now connect the less than node to moving back boolean. Another simple shortcut for set boolean is by just dragging the boolean while holding Alt key. Similarly, come down to input axis, move right and drag the axis value node. And search for not equal. And select not equal float. Now hold Alt and drag moving side. And connect both of them. Also connect the input axis, move right to moving side boolean, and the boolean to add movement input, like we did before. That's it. Now compile and test it. As we can see, our player no more sprints backwards and sideways. Thanks for watching until the end.